going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTV Ravens Media. And Joshua, huge victory over the Detroit Lions. We said it was going to be a test. And of course, when the Ravens face really good opponents, like the Detroit Lions were, they completely obliterate them. And it's like not even a contest. The Ravens had 28 points or 21 points before there was a first down from Detroit. Complete annihilation. What were your thoughts on that game, man?
Oh man, my thoughts. I say, yo, if we can keep this up, man, hey, this is a way to build some momentum. I mean, it's great that it was showing in week 7. I know everybody, hyped it up. The media talked about, the rankings in regards of the Lions offense, and I know some of my colleagues and my friends were going to say, hey, man, we wasn't at full strength. And well, hey, the Ravens haven't been at full strength for a while. Y'all just caught us on a great day. So if the guys can stay healthy, if they can build off this let this be a momentum builder, by all means, I'm open and ready for what can happen. And shout out to them for playing a complete game. We need to play a complete game every chance we get, because I think we talked about it many times. If you're going to play the game of football, don't never take your foot off the gas, and that's what they didn't do. They never took their foot off the gas. They kept it on acceleration. Hell, it seemed like they turned it up to another gear that we didn't know that they had. And shout out to Todd Monken for keeping Patrick Ricard still involved into the offense some type of way, form, and fashion.
Yeah, and best part about this game, I think, was the defensive performance. You're going against a team with Amon-Ra St. Brown, a shifty wide receiver that's able to get open. A Jahmyr Gibbs, a pass-catching running back, a great offensive line. The Ravens got sacks, they got turnovers, and they were able to completely shut down the entire offense.
Yeah.
And the Ravens' defensive ranks are just continuing to get better. Yards per game, they're still number 2. Cleveland's still number 1. But in terms of points per game, the Ravens are sitting now at 13.9 points per game allowed, which is a fantastic mark to be at. Next best in the NFL is 15 by the Kansas City Chiefs, then the 49ers, then the Cowboys, then the Bills. When you're holding opponents to under 2 touchdowns a game, that shows how good your defense is. And the offense, obviously, took it a step up. If you're looking at the NFL leaders in offensive points per game, the Ravens are in the top third of that as well. I think they're right at number 10, but they're averaging about 24.4 points per game. They're putting up good yardage. They're able to pass the ball. Like the pass game looked great. They're using Lamar Jackson as just a pure thrower, and all the wide receivers they held on to the ball. They looked good. Gus Edwards looked really good. I want to give a shout out to man, the myth, legend, Keaton Mitchell. Yeah. Keaton Mitchell got one play in, looked good, gained like 7 or 8 yards or so, but good. He broke a tackle or avoided a tackle, was able to shoot up the left side, get some good yards. This is a game that you can build off of. This is a momentum building game. And Joshua, we talked about it. This team, they're a locomotive. They got to get going. This game, they got going. They got to keep it going into the next couple of weeks as they face off against more NFC teams.
And honestly, I feel like this is we got Arizona next. I know the narrative is going to be about Hollywood versus his old team, and we're going to see how that plays out and things of that nature. But Arizona, they're not a good team right now. They're working on whatever they're working on. They're building how they're going to build. But I need the Ravens to stay focused at the task at hand. I love the fact that Lamar Jackson did not get all excited or worked up, because he said it best. It was a one game in the regular season. The job's not done. I hope everybody in that locker room is keeping that mindset. So this will be another great game to showcase what we are capable of. And shout out to the defense. I know everybody's been worried about pass rush, but 29 sacks within 7 weeks, I believe. And Justin Metabike is leading the team in sacks, I believe. Adafi, Hell of a game. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. I'm gonna call him a Dolphin for right now, right? He's not. I'm not mad with him, so um, it's good to see those guys come alive, man. I know everybody. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter. They're asking, who do you give the contract extension to? Geno Stone, Patrick Queen, Justin Metabike. Honestly, for the young core that we're building, I feel like they can take some very friendly deals. They haven't been, how can I say it? They don't gain the traction of how other big name stars are. And they're not big name stars. They're big name stars in Baltimore, for sure. Because they are coming alive. They are, playing a good ball. But I don't feel like they're going to try. I don't think their names are garnishing the money that everyone thinking that they will get paid.
I want to give a shout out to this defense because the Baltimore Ravens defense is averaging 4.14 sacks per game. And let's put that in some historical context. Last year, the Philadelphia Eagles, third all time in most sacks by a team in NFL history. They put up 70 sacks in a season. They averaged 4.13. The most recent team to put up more sacks per game than the Baltimore Ravens was the 1989 Minnesota Vikings. They put up 4.4 sacks per game. And let's look at who was on that defense. Because I guarantee you guys are going to have heard of some of these guys. Let's see here. What the heck? Wikipedia. I don't want Wikipedia. What the? Come on, Google. Trying to do a smooth transition and we're getting screwed. All right, here we go. All right. And sacks. So this team had Chris Dolman, who put up 21 sacks. Keith Millard, 18 sacks. Henry Thomas, 9 sacks. Al Noga, 11.5 sacks. That was just utter domination from one core group of 4 players. And they were able to go out there. They won their division. Ended up making the playoffs, losing to the 49ers in the divisional round. But that was the 80s 49ers. Vikings had no shot. But you look historically, this is an unreal pace that the Ravens are on for a team putting up more sacks than the Eagles did last year. And you're like, oh, who was the Eagles' defensive line last year? Oh, it was Fletcher Cox, potential future Hall of Famer. Hassan Reddick, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Rookie Jordan Davis, who's an absolute monster. You have Brandon Graham. You have all these guys that are big name players. And they're putting up sacks. And everyone's like, yeah, that defense is so filthy. The Ravens are putting up more sacks than them with no primary pass rusher. And it is just them being able to generate quick pressures off the edge. And it's not cover zero. That's what I love. It's not cover zero. It is, we sent 5 guys and got an instant pressure. It's the most frustrating thing in Madden. You go against a guy and it's like they used to call them nano blitzes because you had no chance. Just glitched through. That's what the Ravens defense is doing. They're just glitching through and all of a sudden it's like, oh, Arthur Millette, completely unblocked, blindside, quick sack. That's how they're doing it. And that's Mike Macdonald. And I said this last year. I'll say it again this year. Fire John Harbaugh to keep Mike Macdonald. I do not want to lose Mike Macdonald. I would much rather have him than Harbaugh. If need now, I'm totally fine. I'd be disappointed, but if we keep Mike Macdonald and we keep Harbaugh, that's great. I'm just all in on keeping Mike Macdonald no matter what. And if that means you have to get him to head coach, so be it. That's where I'm at with it. He's that good.
No, because he's definitely making lemon. He's definitely taking lemons and making lemonade with him. He did the same thing in Michigan. And, you love to see it. I mean, you're not seeing too many defensive coordinators now in the league taking guys with, mid-tier guys or small name guys and making them into big names in their city. This is what Mike Macdonald does. He has a philosophy and is being ran to perfection. Hell, we went into this season, I believe, McConnell, worried about our secondary. And, a big question mark was around Brandon Stevens. Brandon Stevens almost got a second pick of the year. He's playing better ball. He's playing better ball. He's playing on the ball. I know he hasn't been lined up on any, big name wide receiver. I know he maybe he's on D Hop maybe once or twice. Things of that nature. He played good, played solid ball, but he is improving. Mike McDonald defense has a way of covering up our weaknesses, maybe even helping us forget that, damn, did we even have a weakness? Even though we do, but it's good enough to cover it up. So, I love what Mike McDonald is doing. I love what he's bringing to the table. And I know somebody said, keep PQ and roll. I'm 100% behind that. I'm 100% behind that because I don't feel like, you're going to get the same type of production out of a second-year Trenton Simpson. Maybe Malik Harrison, but I wouldn't want to break that tandem up at all.
Yeah, it's the type of tandem where it takes time. Like Patrick Queen takes time, and he's gotten better every year. And we've been critical of Patrick Queen. We didn't know if we were going to keep him. But at the same time, we were always saying, if he steps up, we will keep him. And when he got paired up next to Roquan Smith, there was a flip. It just started to work. And we're going to consistently see that from him next to Roquan Smith, that speed and that defensive scheme that the Ravens run. Mike McDonald won't be able to get that anywhere else, right? Like, only the San Francisco 49ers would be the only other team where you'd say, okay, they've got elite linebackers that you can build a defense through. That's the only other team. And I think, they're about equal. They do different things. With Drake Greenlaw and Fred Warner versus Roquan and Patrick Queen, very different players, but elite in their own aspects. Then the Ravens pair that with, oh no, we lost Marcus Williams. What are we going to do? I think we need to switch his nickname from preseason MVP, preseason defensive player of the year, the preseason pick maestro, Geno Stone, and maybe turn him into a regular season MVP. Like that, Geno Stone is just going out there. He's just getting picks. He's see ball, get ball. And that's exactly what he was coming out of Iowa when we drafted it. I remember you and I talking about him. We were huge fans of Geno Stone. And he ended up getting cut. We were disappointed. He got brought back. We were excited. He got cut. We got disappointed. Brought back. And he was off and on, off and on. Yeah. And we were like, man, this guy balls out every time we see him. Finally gets in the game and does what, dare I say, Jalen Armour Davis or Knee Marshall were never able to do. And that is be the guy we wanted them to be on the field. Now, Jalen Armour Davis can still do it. I'm not trying to slander him. I'm not going to lie. I said the wrong name. Thinking about Amon Marshall. I see too many void comments about Jalen Armour Davis now that it confused me with Amon Marshall. But safeties playing out of their mind. Passers playing out of their mind. I mean, cornerbacks outside of Marlon. Like, we know Marlon's great. I mean, Brandon Stevens, baller. Rock Yassin, baller. Arthur Millette, baller. Ronald Darby, baller.
Yeah, everybody's going at it 100 miles per hour to get into it. Like, imagine Deshaun Elliott and Geno Stone with us right now. Like, they were our James Prochet and Devin Duvernay on the offensive side, on the defensive side of the ball. We had big hopes for both of those guys. Deshaun Elliott just can't stay healthy. Then you just pretty much gave, Geno Stone's storyline. We drafted him, cut him, bring him back, and he's been showing what he can do. Obviously he's been a worker and he's been producing. That's why, I don't know if he's still the captain of special teams, but I know Anthony Levine and him had a great rapport amongst each other. And Anthony Levine was pretty much like, campaigning like, hey, he's that guy. He's next up. Mm-hmm. He knows what to do. He knows how to take care of things. So I love the fact that that Geno Stone is getting this opportunity. I do feel for Marcus Williams because we did bring him in here to help change our secondary. I feel like he can play a big part. And also, guys, remember, Mike Macdonald did run a 3-safety defense back in Michigan. So when Marcus Williams come back healthy, we may can see that may can help us out. You never know. Marcus Williams could probably be covering one of the best wide receivers when it comes down to it. You never know what package or what scheme we can see all three of our safeties get into it. And that's the great thing about it, man. Everybody is balling. Everybody is balling. So I guess we address the question or maybe the suggestion. Trade deadline is October 31st. I believe. If you're EDC, where do we bolster up at, in your opinion?
I think we do. I don't think we do. I mean, I think the best thing to go back to is I saw an interview with Mark Cuban, or maybe he was on a podcast or something, and he was like, "You don't make changes when things are going well. Making a change is signifying that there is an issue." And if I'm looking at this Ravens team, offense, defense, offensive line, wide receiver, running back, tight end, corner, DB, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing an issue. Have there been players that have made mistakes in the game? Yes. We had the game against Pittsburgh with drop issues.
Yeah.
But overall, most of the Ravens' problems have just been getting chemistry with one another. Part of the reason for the drops, pretty new wide receiver core. And then a little bit of injuries here and there. But the defense has been spectacular. Like, I don't necessarily think we need to go out and get a pass rusher. If we did, sure, it could help. But why just trade for somebody when you've been succeeding with what you have? It's not like the Ravens have been coasting by. No, they've been succeeding. At least it's completely right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like that's my thought. I don't know if I think we need anybody on this team. Like, maybe we could go after a left guard, but you can't. Nobody trades offensive linemen, especially mid-season. It is the hardest position to go after because guess what? No matter whether you're trying to win or you're trying to lose, you need O-linemen. Otherwise, your quarterback's going to get hurt. So nobody just gets rid of O-linemen. That's like the only position where it's like maybe left guard, but I mean, John Simpson hasn't been atrocious. He's just not been amazing. But I don't know. That's my thought. Is there somebody that you think we should maybe try and get or snag?
I mean, I don't know. It's a disgruntled guy on it. That's like about an hour and some change away in the DMV area. And I feel like if you got a disgruntled defensive tackle and you put him with a winning contender, you might get a lot of production out of it. If you know what I'm talking about Mr. Jonathan Allen. And honestly, I feel like if you put a Jonathan Allen in our defense, put maybe a Justin Metabike every now and then on that defensive end, it's going to be a scary sight for somebody. It's going to be a scary sight for somebody, King Judah, I was just about to get to that. If I'm gonna go run it back, I think I'll reach out to the Jets for Dalvin Cook. I feel like we still need a home run hitter. Justice Hill, he's had great moments. I love that Justice Hill is now running north and south. It's just when he has those moments where his feet or his mind gets ahead of him, he just reminds me of the old Justice where he, fumbles the rock or just do simple little things. I love the fact that he's willing to chip block. We don't see that. That's why Tyshawn Williams got cut. When you running backs don't do a chip block on defensive ends, things of that nature, and let the QB get sacked, you're supposed to be the last line of defense. And Justice Hill, I saw him do that on Aiden Hutchinson this past Sunday. But I feel like, because of how we run the ball, the running back committee, I don't know if they're going to work Keaton Mitchell in. We only saw him get one offensive snap, I believe, this past Sunday. But if he's getting more snaps in, But I mean, let's keep on working out. Let's keep on rocking out with what we got. But I feel like Dalvin Cook can be that, that possible home run hitter. I don't see us making a move for secondary. If you do, you got to make a big splash. You got to go for a big profile type of name guy, maybe a younger guy, a Patrick Surtain, the second, just off the strength because Denver Broncos are trying to unload, talent or see what the Panthers are talking about with J.C. Horn. I know they said they're not willing to trade him, but of course for the right for the right negotiation, which we gotta applaud EDC because he clearly knows how to negotiate. He I would say one of those guys. You never can get enough corners, especially with the Ravens. But our guys are playing good. Our guys are playing good. I love the fact that you and Lisa brought up the fact if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now we are catching our stride. We're catching our stride, and I feel like if we bring somebody in, we're going to take away reps from a guy that's starting to feel like they got their legs back. So if we don't make no trades, I'm fine with it. I'm rocking with these guys that we brought in from the all season and things of that nature. If we do bring in someone else, I hope they just buy into the system, and contribute to what we're already doing here.
Yeah, I think it's mid-season. It's got to be, a splash if you're going to do something, right?
Yeah,
Marcus
exactly.
Peters was a splash. Roquan Smith was a splash. Going out, I think honestly, more likely than not, you'll wait till after the trade deadline. Players get cut to, make roster space or whatever. They don't want to deal with that contract. Go after them. Sign them. Go after waivers. Sign free agents. If the Ravens need a running back, there's some free agent running backs that are solid players. Leonard Fournette's available. You can always go after somebody. We got Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah,
he looks pretty darn good.
Yeah.
You're able to get these mid-season signings. The Ravens have done a very good job with that this year of not going crazy, but being smart with their signings and getting players at places that they can play, but not feel like they're diminishing the contributions that other players brought, right? I think Kyle Van Noy was a perfect addition where it's like, okay, you're actually helping Adafe and Ojabo or whatever other pass rusher, Clowney. You're helping them by giving them more rest and allowing them to still be very good. And then, we're going to get Tyus Bowser back. That's going to be a big help on the defense. Just another guy that could just flat out play.
Yeah.
Ravens just got a lot of guys. It's like, oh, what are they really good at? It's like, they're not necessarily specialists, but they're just good football players. That's Bowser. That's Kyle Van Noy. That's Clowney. That's the Ravens defense right now. It's versatility and it's willingness to play together and play within the system.
Everybody talking about the Ndamukong Suh.
I'm fine with Ndamukong Suh, but at the same time,
how much can we get out of a 37-year-old Ndamukong Suh? He's not no Calais. Granted, Ndamukong Suh was a terror in the NFL.
That's one of the best defensive linemen of all time. That dude just dominated the pass rush from the interior spot. Everyone's gonna remember Aaron Donald, but Ndamukong Suh is probably just behind Aaron Donald in NFL history for defensive tackle at generating pressure and getting sacked. That's how good Ndamukong Suh was. Not saying he's better than Warren Sapp or Mean Joe Green or whatever, but in terms of pass rush, that dude was unreal. Suh's really dirty. Yeah, Suh had that about him too. Suh was nasty. He's a defensive tackle though. You got to be nasty if you're that good.
Since we're talking about the big, shout out to Linderbaum this past Sunday, getting in the scuffle, defending his guys. We talked about how we missed that, in in a Ryan Jensen type of guy, and we kind of waited to see what Tyler was going to do, and he's showing like, hey, I'm here for my QB, man. I'm here for my guys. I like that. That's how you start building rapport. It's not so much starting the fights, but being there to defend your brothers and arm. Because when another guy say, damn, well, if he got my back, then I gotta have his back. I gotta make something happen on this play and do things of that nature. But hey, man, I love what they're building. They are showing us that they can make something happen. We just need consistency, consistent execution. I need that to be the phrase in that goddamn locker room, all over M&T, all over Owens Mills, embedded in their brain somehow, because we need that. We need that.
Yeah. Consistency is the name of the game. That's what the Ravens were able to be against the Detroit Lions. That's what they have to be when they face these good teams. It's not about having one good quarter, one good drive. It's about having one good game. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. Right.
Let's see here. We also face Hollywood Brown this week. That's fun.
I know, right? I know. Man, Geno
Like
Stone really leading the league. He's literally leading the league in INTs. Like, who could imagine Geno? Like, everybody was expecting Marcus Williams to, all right, man, this should come back. This should come back yet. We're going to see you work out. But, man, one thing I can say about these guys, the way they built their roster, the next man up knows how to answer the call. Yes, Kayvon Seymour and Daryl Worley, they worry me sometimes when they on the field, but all the other guys, they're playing good ball, man. They're showing that they can compete. I know Morgan Moses didn't get called for a couple false starts. I saw his kickback a little aggressive before the ball was snapped a couple times. Hey, if the ref didn't catch that one, by all means, I'm cool with it. they caught Ronnie. They caught Ronnie. that one play.
Oh man.
Alex plus Hollywood plus or minus 50 yards. I don't really bet. I don't really bet. What you think, Connor?
It's probably over, but that's just because he's their number one wide receiver. Like, I mean, they're gonna be throwing to him.
Yeah.
Like Josh Dobbs throws to Hollywood. It'll probably be like 65 to 75 yards. That'd be my thought. Now I hope it's 0. I hope it's negative, but we're probably not that lucky.
Yeah, Arizona, that's another. They missing a lot of guys too, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I mean they're missing Kyler and Buddha were just active or were just put on the 21-day return period. So they'll be back in the practice field at some point, but I doubt for the Ravens game. That's kind of those are their two best players right there, so that's tough for them. Helps good for the Ravens though, but at the same time, Ravens first backup quarterbacks, you never know. You never know.
No, that's facts. That's crazy. Did you see the Patriots? They waived Malik Cunningham at the sign to a 3-year deal.
Oh my! That's such a Bill Belichick thing to do.
And they waived Trey Flowers. I don't know if I would pick him up. No.
I don't know.
Everybody's talking about Derrick Henry to Baltimore.
Derrick Henry to Baltimore. I don't think we have the money to do that.
Me neither, man. Would it be interesting to see? Hell yeah. Most definitely be interesting to see, but I don't think they pulled the trigger on that. And for Tennessee to give up their only positive piece of offense, that's crazy works. That is crazy work.
Exactly.
No, we should draft a running back if anything. Boy said, yeah. Um, I don't think we're gonna sign JK back. I don't know if Odell keeps on progressing and his stock continues to go up. I don't know if he stays in Baltimore. I would love for him to stay in Baltimore, but if he doesn't, we probably will have to address that in the draft as well, as far as a big body
Yeah.
wide receiver. But I mean, right now, seeing all those guys in unison, go from dropping the pass and beating at the ground to everybody getting involved. You love to see it. You love to see it, and and like I said, I hope this is a continuation of what's there to expect. And Charlie Monk has said it early in the season, in regards to offense, it wasn't there yet, and he is probably still not there yet. But we saw we saw a better scheme, a better game plan of what possibly could be, and how we can definitely put up points and extend our lead. So I love the fact I love how we use the whole field. I love the fact that our running backs were getting involved, and I just hope we keep on working, man.
Yeah, I think I mean, a lot of people talking about running back in the draft. Yeah, I'm fine with running back in the draft. That's my belief. Don't pay a running back, just draft a new one. And people complain. It's like, yeah, but it's not fair to the running backs. Well, that's the business. Like unfortunately, that's the best way to win is unless they're a generational player. Don't pay them. Same thing with quarterbacks. Don't pay them just to pay them.
Yeah.
Like let them walk. Let another team pay them, and you can draft somebody new. But I mean, offensive line. Yeah, we could draft offensive line. I think we're going to find out through the rest of the season. Like we can't get too ahead of ourselves in where we value what our needs are. Remember, we got to watch this whole season, see what decisions are made in the off season of extensions and things of that sort. So, hopefully the Ravens are picking 32. Hopefully they don't need anything and they just get a best player available type of thing. But I don't know. That's kind of all I got.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Oh yeah, Kool-Aid's a beast.
He's gonna be top 10. Come on now, he's gonna be top 10.
Yeah, he probably is.
Nah, man, I'm good, man. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. We had Victory Monday yesterday. I'm hoping everybody, it's good energy, good vibes. Let's meet back again Sunday before the game, and let's see where we at, man. Let's see where we at because this is the new and improved Ravens, and I'm hoping they stay the new and improved Ravens and not go back to the old ways.
Yeah. And do the Ravens finally not have a 10 a.m. game? Yes, the Ravens don't have a morning game. They always have morning games. It's so annoying. Oh, man. It's like that's when all the other games are on. I'm like missing out on so much football. But yeah, Ravens traveling over to Arizona. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to come through everyone to the pregame stream.
Sure.
For that, we'll probably do it, before the 10 a.m. or 1 o'clock slate. Don C, what's going on, man? That was a great game.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully your guys I don't know why I'm wearing a Bulls hat. OKC plays the Bulls tomorrow, but kind of wearing the wrong hat. I realize that. But
Suns got the Lakers.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we get good basketball tonight. Hopefully we get good basketball tomorrow. Hopefully all your teams win, unless you guys are Bulls fans. Hopefully you lose. Or Blazers fans. I don't like the Blazers either. Or Rockets fans. Hopefully the Rockets. Other than that, I hope your teams win. If you guys are hockey fans, hope your teams are doing well in hockey as well. But thank you all so much for coming through. We'll see all you again next time.